And we're back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Roll Sickle. I'm one of the hosts here at the channel. My name's Nathaniel, and I'm joined by my lovely co-host, and Ashley. Say hi.
Hi.
There she is. I can't believe we're here with the last unboxing for a while.
Last unboxing when this comes out.
I can remember, we're in October filming these ahead of time, but I can remember when I first met you, I think, pretty much. I had maybe 25 of these.
And then we bought more.
Or something like that. 20, 25 of these, something like that, in reserve. And here we are, having opened
the last one.
all of them now because, one, we sped up the process of opening them. Hello, darling.
Hi.
Is this what you wanted? Or?
Yeah, so I wanted for
Nice.
a second.
Okay.
We sped up
on the last one, but also we sped up opening them, and Wizards of the Coast slowed down putting them out.
And we're okay with that.
We skipped Final Fantasy, which I'm fine with. I just don't have any connection to Final Fantasy.
And those decks were going for way too much.
Yeah, that too. Although they've plummeted now.
Well, yeah, of course they have.
But yeah, so I should say the regular versions of them, not the collector versions or whatever.
No, of course not.
But yeah, here we are. Commander Masters. Bought these for myself as a bachelor's graduation gift.
You just met me.
We have gotten through all but the last one, and why not save the last one for the very first, mind you. A little bit of backstory here. Before I ever got into Commander, I was working at the game store. Talked to one of the managers there. His name was Connor. He was pretty nice. He got me into Magic. I met him in theater and everything. So met him over a lot of stuff. But I took over his role for DMing at the store and everything. And I remember when I said, "Hey, what Commander deck should I buy?" He specifically pointed to this one on the shelf. He said, "You buy this one. It's $120 at the time, I think. Maybe it was a little more than that. Maybe it was a little more than that, like I said, but $120-ish at the time." And he said, "What you do is you buy this one and you just stomp everybody because it's that powerful." And I was like, "Is that really true?" And he was like, "I think so." And I thought about it for a little while. And then I realized, I don't know if I had the type of money for a $120 Commander deck. Long story time, I guess, but we're just going to roll with it. Why not? It's our video, right? So decided instead to buy two different Commander decks. I bought Sidar Jabari, which is the deck I played to this day so far, and Gimbal Gremlin Prodigy, or whatever. I guess that's, it's Cavalry Charge and Tinker Time. But both of those hold a special place in my heart for different reasons. And then, long story short, Sidar Jabari came with like this weird error card that happens every once in a while. It's like a black card that says error or something like that. Thought it was trash, put it to the side, almost threw it away like it was in my trash pile. Realized that Gimbal didn't come with that, then decided to look it up, realized that this was like a manufacturing error that could happen, and they were worth anywhere from like $100 to like $300. I was missing the backup commander for Sidar. That's what was replaced with the error card. So what's her face? I don't remember the name of it right now, but the one that's like with a griffin or whatever. So then went online, immediately ordered her for like 25 cents or something like that because she was worth basically nothing. Had to pay shipping. That was like $1 or $2. And then eventually I took the error card into the store. They were all like, "Oh, beginner's luck. This is crazy." The store wouldn't buy it from me. I took it to another store that was in the area. They wouldn't buy it for me, but they did give me a sleeve to put it in. I had it in a sleeve because I had one extra for the deck.
Yes.
But they gave me a top loader to put it in. Nice. And we're like, "Dude, you need to protect this." Because everyone at that store that played Magic a lot, and mind you, at this time I didn't really know anything about it yet. I was freshly back into the game. Was like, "Dude, I've never seen this before." People were looking it up, going, "This one sold for like $500. I was getting all hyped. And then eventually sold it on eBay for like $175 or $200 or something like that. And then immediately thought I could buy this deck, considered it, and then decided, I think it was on Amazon or something like that, for the same price of this deck, they had all 4 of the Ixalan ones. And I went, that's 4 more Commander decks. I would have 6 options to sit around with friends and play. And at the time, I had 4 other friends I was trying to force to play. So
Spoiler alert, Ixalan didn't get opened until right before we moved to Huntsville.
Yeah, that's fair.
In July of 2025.
So anyways, decided to buy those. They came in. I was super stoked for them. And then the rest was history. I got so excited about those 4 decks that then before I even got to opening them, because I didn't want to open them until I got back home and I was on break. And then by the time I did that, I had bought the starter decks, opened those, was obsessed with them for a little bit. And the rest was history. I started buying any and all Commander decks I could find. Bought the Wilds of Eldrazi ones. Those ones are good. I like those two a lot. But yeah, the rest is history, like I said. And then eventually we got to these. I decided my love for Commander precons was so great that what better than to buy like the big fancy Commander precons. Modern Horizons 3 was a massive disappointment. So I'm glad we saved this one for last.
Me too.
All right, here we go. A lot of way too much backstory there, but you know what? It's our video. So be it.
It's the last one.
It's the last one. There's so much to this, but yeah, here we go. Before we jump into the details of this, I will say if you guys want to just share in our hobbies with us, that's what we do here in Rollsicle. You can hit that subscribe button, join the family. What?
You didn't say anything on my comment.
Oh, what was your comment?
I said it's the last one, and we're almost married.
We are almost married by the time this is coming out.
When this comes out, it's 9 days.
It's 9 days. By the time this comes out, it should be 9 days, theoretically.
Literally kidding.
You guys know we fell off on scheduling if this comes out and it's not 9 days. But
we didn't fall off scheduling.
anyways, but yeah.
Holding
anyways,
to it now.
as I was saying, if you want to join us, hey, we're literally about to be married and become family. You guys can join the Rollsicle family online by subscribing. We'd love to have you. But yeah, anyways, so let's jump into this. All the sad sentimental stories aside, we're here. Ixalan has been opened now, and Commander Masters
You can see it on the channel.
is almost there. You can see it on the channel. Devoid of Mercy. Take your Commander game to the next level with these high-powered decks. Stack up colorless mana and call forth Zuladoc from the blind eternities to make your foes quake. Unleash high-cost spells with an extra buff and let chaos reign across the multiverse. Zuladoc Void Gorger. Zuladoc was an Eldrazi monstrosity unleashed on Zendikar in advance of Ulamog and the other sealed Eldrazi Titans. While siphoning energy from the plane, it carved mountains into valleys and installed its cultist followers with Ulamog's insatiable hunger, thus creating Zendikar's first vampires. That's interesting.
Ooh, Lord.
All right, there he is. We will read him on his actual card. We need to be careful with this one because just the commander is worth $30.
I wouldn't.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Titans fit for fighting. I don't mind that one. I think it's fine.
Nothing hits like the enchantment one.
Like, you just like Taylor Swift too much.
No, it was clever.
What was the enchantment one?
It was
Enchanting to
beat you.
Yes, because
that was funny.
Because enchanted to meet you or whatever is the. Anyways, cardboard, fancy cardboard. Gonna throw it at your fiancés.
Oh, I don't have the last cardboard out of my hands yet.
By the time we're doing Lorwyn once, I don't get to say throw it at your fiancé anymore. I get to say throw it at your wife. Probably more people that can relate to that, right?
Y'all, I can't wait.
You're gonna be mad at this one. Look, you can't even tell it's a colorless symbol.
Okay, no, but that's okay because there's no color with it.
I'm just saying. It's just like empty, and then you open it up a little bit.
Better than this, and this shit. I have feelings.
All right, here we go. We got stuff to get to, and we're like 8 minutes into this video, something like that.
No, we ain't. Ignore it. Oh, this one has the thingy on it. They don't want you stealing this one.
Crazy. There's your life total thing.
To rip apart.
You gonna do it on camera again?
Yeah. Why not? We're about to marry.
Quickly. Boop.
Woo! Thank you.
Crazy. All right, so there is the deck box looking in all its glory. I mean, it is a nice deck box. It works, but I'm not going to get to the bits. There is a collector booster sample pack. Again, do not buy it for these, but we've hit some value. I think our total value between the 3 we've opened so far is like $20 or something like that. Maybe a little higher. Probably closer to 25. Here is the deck itself, which we will get into in a moment. Being careful with good old Zuladoc right there. Honestly, this deck is close enough to possibly needing to be double sleeved out the gate, right? Just because the deck is worth enough. We did double sleeve our commander decks that we use, but to be fair, actually, this exceeds the value of your deck, I think, just barely. Just barely. So maybe, no, I'm just saying maybe we should be.
No, wait, double sleeves? We got extras.
No, not right now. We can double sleeve it later if we decide to.
Great, 'cause I don't want to do that.
We probably will double sleeve it later, but I actually like the process of double sleeving because then I like
all you want.
reread the cards. So here's the thing. I read and comment on the cards when we do this, and then most of the time I get to the end and I'm like, I could tell you maybe 5 of the cards that I just read.
Well,
you
here's
know,
the thing. He reads them out loud. I don't process auditorily well. So then I have to reread them when they come in my hand.
Gotcha. Zuladoc, Void Gorger.
Boy, gorger. Boy,
The good thing is she's a very fast reader, so she can do that and still sleeve them well faster than I can go through them. All right, Zuladoc began as merely a reflection of the great power of Ulamog, though during his reign of terror, his followers would give him a name to be feared for generations. Millennia after the 3 Eldrazi Titans were sealed away on Zendikar, the first signs of their escape emerged. In Akaum, a sickness began to infect the minds of the people who called the jagged mountain ranges home. These cultists performed sacrificial rituals in worship of the mountains, not knowing that the Titan Ulamog had tricked them into weakening the prison that bound the Titans. A small fraction of their power was able to emerge, letting loose a swarm of Eldrazi drones. Among the first wave was Zuladoc, whose name was worshipped first into the minds of desperate cultists and then screamed from the mouths of panicked victims.
Oh no.
Zuladoc appeared at the head of Ulamog's brood as the Hedron network weakened, raising the land and siphoning mana to fuel the eventual return of the 3 Titans. Zuladoc marched across the land seeking something to satiate its hunger. Mountains were crushed in its wake, splintered and carved out by Zuladoc and the monstrous forces at its back. A single night of feeding carved out the shape of the Windblast Gorge, once a towering range of mountains. Zuladoc's presence was said to inspire hunger and a thirst that could never be quenched, driving its enemies to consume each other ahead of the advance.
Damn.
This famine was so powerful that it even affected Ulamog's own followers, though they understood this hunger to be his gift and followed it willingly. By following the path of carnage, the cultists who helped free the Eldrazi saw firsthand the power of consumption, how to turn flesh and blood into power. They became the first vampires of Zendikar, even after Nahiri slew Zuladoc and sealed the Eldrazi in their hedronic prison again. The vampires would whisper the name of Ulamog's prophet for millennia to come as a curse against Zendikar itself.
Ooh, flavor.
Eldrazi Unbound playing the deck. Just because you lack colors doesn't mean you're weak. You'll be casting the biggest and scariest spells at the table. Develop your portfolio of artifacts that generate mana and build up your resources for the pivotal turn, where you drop your reality warping titan with your commander Zuladoc at your side. Your colossal colorless spells will pull even more threats from the blind eternities, make mana, cast your commander, and summon the unfathomable power of the void. Playing mana generating permanents early on and preparing spells that cost 7 or more will keep you in the game. Zuladoc will make those spells much more potent, but don't let that discourage you from casting your 10 drop without it.
Ooh, interesting.
Yep. Now, notably, Zuladoc is arguably better off technically in the 99 of one of the other Eldrazi Titan commanders, or in the 99 of a commander, say, like, I've seen an Urza deck that runs Eldrazi, that sort of thing. But I do think he himself is arguably still a very good commander. And I'm excited to have the card. He is $30 for a reason.
Yep.
But he is honestly a little more threatening if you don't see him coming, which is kind of the point I was getting at there. Is that as a commander, everyone goes, oh, you're running that? Okay, so as soon as you have enough mana for that, we need to make sure we like leave up counter magic, or whatever. So we will get to that in a second. Let's take a look at our tokens, shall we? Ox 2/4, Ox 2/4, Ox 2/4, 6/12 Trample Construct, 0/0 Phyrexian Germ, 1/1 Eldrazi Scion. We've got a couple of those, and a 1/1 Construct. Flipping now. 1/1 Thopter, 2/2 Spirit, some Manifests, the City's Blessing, 3/3 Phyrexian Golem. We have 3 of those.
That germ's and these are something fun. It's called Metal Cyst.
You think so?
That's what the germ is for.
You're 100% sure?
I would put
Other things make germs. There's Zuladoc. We will read.
0/0 germ.
Other things do that, yeah. Living Weapon on anything does that. There are more cards with Living Weapon. But you might be right. I'm not saying that you're wrong.
He's saying that I'm wrong.
Okay. He is a little bent from his foiling, but we will just roll with him. All right. Zuladoc Void Gorger. 5 and a colorless icon. Not that you're going to be making anything but colorless mana in this deck.
Waste.
All right. He is a 7/4 legendary creature Eldrazi for 6 that simply says, colorless spells you cast from your hand with mana value 7 or greater have Cascade.
Ooh.
Yes, that means you cascade once and then you cascade again. Now, it does notably say cast from your hand because that means the stuff you cast from Cascade can't then cause Cascade. But still, Zul'Adak essentially says if you cast him, he sticks, and the next turn you can cast something that costs 7 or more, you then get 2 more just free massive spells probably, which is super cool. I have heard one complaint from the deck has been that there's not actually enough stuff that's 7 mana to trigger him.
Intriguing.
I have heard they have put a lot of 6 drops in the deck. And it's why do I have a 6 drop when I could have just had a 7 drop?
You could have just changed the number.
That then would have triggered him. But.
Literally. All right. Basic lands, where they going to be, sweetheart?
Well, it's only going to be wastes. Which, to be fair, is part of the value of the deck because wastes do cost a good bit. I'm going to say that they gave us this many. There's one. Oh, we're getting more. Oh, we're getting more. Okay, let's just keep it going. Sure. I was way off.
You were. I'm very disappointed.
There we go.
Tower of the Temple of False God.
That was actually an Urza's. Well, okay, maybe there was a temple you saw.
Oh, maybe it was Urza's. It looked like something.
I saw an Urza's tower, yeah.
Ooh, all
right, so
sweet.
here are wastes in all their glory, but honestly, wastes don't get printed a whole lot, so
We're
there
rich,
they are.
people.
There
We're
they are.
Just gonna pay for our house.
Buying a house off of Magic the Gathering.
Impossible.
I mean, Black Lotus
Your dad
does
has
exist. I don't think he does.
one.
All right, Urza's Tower. Tap to add a colorless. It adds 3 colorless if you own all 3 of the other ones.
Just wait. Here's the next 2.
Urza's Power Plant adds 2 if you have the other 2. And Urza's Mine adds 2 if you have the other 2. So, hey, look, we could build a Tron deck. We just don't have the, $180 sagas that it runs.
No.
Tomb of the Spirit Dragon. Tap to add a colorless. Pay 2 tap. You gain a life for each colorless creature you control. Sure. Temple of the False God, because why not? If you have 5 other lands, you don't need colors, right? Let's just ramp. Mage Ring Network, tap to add a colorless, pay 1 tap, put a storage counter on it, tap remove any number of storage counters, and then you can add a color. So this lets you store up mana over multiple turns. Guildless Commons enters tapped. When it enters, return a land you control to its owner's hand, and then it taps for 2. So it's a bounce land in colorless.
Huh, a bounce waste.
Yeah, it's a bounce waste. Forge of Heroes adds a colorless. Choose target commander that entered this turn. Put a +1/+1 counter on it if it's a creature, and a loyalty counter on it if it's a planeswalker. Oh, we saw that in the planeswalker deck.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't remember.
Eldrazi Temple, tap to add a colorless. Tap to add 2 if it's spent on Eldrazi spells.
Ooh, love that.
War Room, tap to add a colorless. Pay 3 tap. Pay life equal to the number of colors in your commander's color. Which is super easy.
0.
No, 0 colors.
Ooh.
It's literally just pay 3 tap. So pay 4 draw a card is War Room in this deck, which is very good. Tyrite Sanctum, tap to add a colorless, pay 2 tap. Target legendary creature becomes a god, and put a +1/+1 counter on it, and then pay 4 tap, sack it, put an indestructible counter on target god.
Huh.
Ooh, giving
nice.
Zul'Adak indestructible. Shrine of Forsaken Gods, tap to add a colorless, tap to add 2 colors, spend it only to cast colorless spells. Exactly what you want in this type of deck.
Yeah.
Seagate Wreckage, tap to add a colorless, pay 2 and a colorless, tap, draw a card. Activate only if you have no cards in hand. Okay, so you do have to be out on that one. Scavenger Grounds, tap to add a colorless, pay 2 taps, sack a desert, exile all graveyards. Notably, you can sack it to that ability.
Yes, you probably are sacking it.
It is a desert. Ruins of Oran Reef. Tap to add a colorless, tap, put a +1/+1 counter on target colorless creature that entered the battlefield this turn. Sure. Mirror Pool. Ooh, mythic apparently. Enters tapped, add a colorless, pay 2 and a colorless, tap, sack it, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control, pay 4 and a colorless, tap, sack it, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. It notably does not make it not legendaries. So
No, we gotta be careful with that.
you do have to be careful about that. Gyre Reach Sanitarium. Tap to add a colorless. Pay 2, tap. Each player draws a card, then discards a card. Bonder's Enclave. Tap to add a colorless. Pay 3, tap. Draw a card. Activate only if you control a creature with power 4 or greater. So we have a lot of ways with our lands to draw cards.
Yeah.
Blast Zone. Enters with the charge counter on it. Tap to add a colorless. Pay double X, tap, put X charge counters on it. Then 3, tap, sack it. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value equal to the number of charge counters. It has to be specifically equal to, which is pretty crazy. Arch of Orazka has Ascend. Tap to add a colorless. Pay 5, tap it, draw a card. Activate only for the city's blessing. That's really expensive to draw 1 card.
Yeah.
Even with Ascend, that seems pretty weak to me. Transmogrifying Wand. 3 mana artifact. Enters with 3 charge counters on it. Pay 1, tap, remove a charge counter. Destroy target creature. Its controller creates a 2/4 Ox. So there's removal.
That's where we get our oxes.
In colorless. I mean, hey, you got to do what you can do. You got to do what you got to do because we don't have any colors to work with. We cannot throw the best blue, black, red, green, or white spells in here. So
No, it's gonna be interesting.
Stone Coil Serpent. X mana 0/0. Reach Trample Protection from multicolored. It enters with X +1/+1 counters on it, so that's just a good have a lot of mana card. Steel Hellkite's a good one. 6 mana 5/5 flyer. You can buff it and then pay X. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value X whose controller was dealt combat damage by Steel Hellkite this turn. Very powerful against token decks because you can pay 0. Hit them with Steel Hellkite. They lose all their tokens that they created, creature tokens that have a mana value of 0.
That is cool.
Soul of New Phyrexia, 6 mana, 6/6 trample. Pay 5. Permanent you control gain indestructible till end of turn. Pay 5, exile it from your graveyard, and permanent you control gain indestructible. So nice ways to give yourself indestructible there. Nothing too bad. This is a prime example, notably. I just realized this, right? Steel Hellkite, 6 mana cost.
Oh.
Soul of New Phyrexia,
6.
6 mana cost. Solemn Simulacrum, good old sad robot. I mean, it's fine because it's a colorless deck, but I do think Sad Robot can do more. If you don't know, enters, get a land, dies, draw a card. Phyrexian Triniform, 9 mana, 9/9. When it dies, create 3/3/3 colorless Phyrexian Golem artifact creature tokens, and you can encore it for 12, which is crazy. Perilous Vault, 4 mana, pay 5, tap, exile it to exile all non-land permanents. So that is a colorless board wipe. Mystic Forge, 4 mana. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast artifact spells and colorless spells from the top of your library. And you can tap, pay life, exile the top card of your library. Nice. Need something to do spell. Myriad Construct, 4 mana, 4/4, kicker 3. If it was kicked, it enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each non-basic land your opponents control. When Myriad Construct becomes the target of a spell, sack it and create a number of 1/1 colors artifact creature tokens equal to its power. Sure. Mirage Mirror. 3 mana artifact. Pay 2. It becomes a copy of target artifact, creature, enchantment, or land until end of turn. That's pretty cool. It doesn't say you control, so you could copy something else too. Metalwork Colossus. 11 mana 10/10. Artifact creature construct. Costs X less to cast, where X is the total mana value of non-creature artifacts you control. Sack 2 artifacts, return it from your graveyard to your hand. That one's pretty cool because it'll trigger Zuladoc, but you could cast it for cheap.
Yeah.
Because its mana value is 11, but you could cast it for less than that. Maze Mind Tome, 2 mana artifact, tap, put a page counter on it, and then scry 1. Pay 2, tap, put a page counter on it, draw a card. When there are 4 or more page counters on it, exile it. If you do, gain 4 life. Sure. 2 mana, draw a card once a turn is not bad. Cauldra Complete. 7 mana, legendary equipment, living weapon. So there it is. There's the living weapon for the germ. Anyways, it doesn't actually tell you what living weapon does on this card, so I don't like that. But whatever. Indestructible, and then equipped creature gets +5/+5, has first strike, trample, indestructible, haste, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a creature, exile that creature. Holy God. It does have equip 7, and notably, it is a 7 mana cost, so that one will trigger Zuladoc. That's a good one. Investigator's Journal, 2 mana clue. enters with a number of suspect counters on it equal to the greatest number of creatures a player controls. Pay 2, tap, remove a suspect counter on it, draw a card. Pay 2, sack it, draw a card, because that's a clue. Pretty cool. Hangerback Walker, X creature, artifact creature, construct, 0/0. Hangerback Walker enters with X +1/+1 counters on it. When it dies, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature for each +1/+1 counter on it, and then you can pay to put +1/+1 counters on it. We have a version of that. That's a Mecha Godzilla that we've pulled, or we're not pulled, but well, from playing, from the little like Let's Plays. Forsaken Monument, 5 mana legendary artifact. Colorless creatures you control get +2/+2. Whenever you tap a permanent for colorless, add an additional colorless whenever you cast a colorless spell. Honestly, this just saying whenever you tap a permanent for colorless, add an additional colorless is awesome.
Yeah.
Endless Atlas, 2 mana artifact, pay 2 tap, draw a card, activate only if you control 3 or more lands with the same name, so you would need 3 or more wastes. Duplicant, 6 mana artifact creature shapeshifter, notably 6 mana, boo. When it enters the battlefield, you may exile target non-token creature. As long as a card exiled with Duplicant is a creature card, it has the power, toughness, and creature types of the last creature card exiled with it. It's still a shapeshifter. That's interesting. So you can copy the types, power, and toughness, but not the rest of it. Ancient Stone Idol, 10 mana, 12/12 flash. It costs 1 less to cast for each attacking creature. So another way that you could trigger Zul'Doc pretty cheaply. Trample, and then when it dies, create a 6/12 colorless construct artifact creature token with Trample. That's a pretty cool card. Ugin the Ineffable? I don't know. 6 mana, boo. Colorless spells you cast cost 2 less to cast. Exile the top card of your library for +1. Look at it, create a 2/2 colorless spirit creature token. When that token leaves the battlefield, put the exile card into your hand. And then -3, destroy target permanent that's 1 or more colors.
Wow. It's neat.
Oblivion Sower, 6 mana. When you cast this spell, target opponent exiles the top 4 cards of their library. Then you may put any number of land cards that player owns from exile onto the battlefield under your control. That's pretty cool. Also, 6 mana cost. I see why people said that's a problem. That's a lot of 6 mana cost spells.
It is.
Matter Reshaper, 2 and a colorless, 3/2. When it dies, reveal the top card of your library. You may put that card onto the battlefield if it's a permanent card with mana value 3 or less. Otherwise, put that card into your hand. Sure, just a little bit of card draw. It That Betrays, this is a very powerful card. 12 mana, 11/11. This was a really big reprint in this deck. 12 mana, 11/11 with Annihilator 2. Whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-token permanent, which notably, that's what Annihilator makes you do, put that card onto the battlefield under your control. Very powerful. Basically says, sack your stuff and give them to me. Endless One, pay X. Endless One enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Notably, again, the X mana spells, their mana value is 0. So even if you pay 10 for it, that will not trigger Zul'Doc because the mana value of the card is not 7 or more. Endbringer with a mana value of 6.
Wow.
5/5, untap it during each other player's untap step. You can tap it to deal damage to any target. Pay 1, tap it to target creature can't attack or block this turn, or pay 2 colors, tap it to draw a card. I mean, it's fine. I'm just saying that I'm seeing
more sevens.
Why people, All is Dust, a 7 mana tribal sorcery for Eldrazi. Each player sacrifices all permanents they control that are 1 or more colors. That's pretty cool. Notably, all permanents, but lands are not considered permanents that have colors. So even though you have forests, mountains, plains, etc., those are not considered to have colors. Darksteel Monolith, Indestructible, is also one of the cards that's worth a lot of money in this deck. 8 mana artifact. What does it do?
I don't know.
8 mana Indestructible. Once each turn, you may pay 0 rather than pay the mana cost for a colorless spell you cast from your hand. So it just lets you pay 0 for your big boys. Ugin's Mastery, enchantment 4. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, manifest the top card of your library. When you attack with a creature with total power 6 or greater, you may turn a face-down creature you control face up, which is pretty cool. Skittering Cicada, 3 mana, 2/2, insect flash. You may cast colorless spells as though they had flash. That's awesome. excuse me, whenever you cast a colorless spell until end of turn, it gets +X/+X, where X is that spell's mana value. That's pretty cool. Rise of the Eldrazi, another big spell in this deck. This one is 9 mana and 3 colorless pips for a total of 12. This spell can't be countered. Damn right it can't if you're spending
If you
12
counter
mana.
on 12 mana spell, you're getting punched.
Destroy target permanent. Target player draws 4 cards. Take an extra turn after this one, and then exile the spell so you can't keep repeating it.
Wow.
Honestly, pretty cool though. Destroy something, give yourself 4 cards, and then take a whole nother turn. And notably, if you cast that while you have Zuladoc, it's destroy something, get 2 other free spells, still get your extra turn after it.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. 8 mana and 2 colorless, Flayer of Loyalties, 10/10 creature Eldrazi. When you cast a spell, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. Until end of turn, it has base power and toughness 10/10 and gains Trample, Annihilator 2, and Haste. Oh, disgusting. Disgusting. Desecrate Reality. What a name. Just what a name. All right. 7 mana instant. For each opponent, exile up to 1 target permanent that player controls with an even mana value. If at least 3 colorless mana was spent to cast this spell... Oh. Wait, 3 colorless mana. Sorry, my brain went to colored mana. Colorless mana was cast. Return a permanent card with an odd mana value from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's super cool as well. Calamity of the Titans, 4 and 2 colorless, so notably 6 mana. As an additional cost to cast a spell, reveal a colorless creature card from your hand. Exile each creature in Planeswalker with mana value less than the revealed card's mana value. That's pretty cool.
Wow. Is it creatures that have 7 or is it spells that have 7 mana?
It is just spells, right? Yeah. Colorless spells.
What is your guess for how many spells have 7 or more?
Are you going to count that at the end? I would hope we hit at least 20. I don't think we will, but I hope we do.
I'm going to go 15.
Abstruse Archaic, 4 mana, 3/4 Vigilance, 1 tap, copy target. Now remember, X doesn't count and stuff like that,
yes.
So you're going to have to, Vigilance, 1 tap, copy target activated or triggered ability you control from a colorless source. Notably, no, Cascade, I don't think it, well... It says when you cast one. So Cascade might be a triggered ability.
I have no idea.
Or, yeah, triggered ability. That's really cool. I don't know. I have to look into it. Kozilek, the Great Distortion. Is this one of the Titans? I think it might be. 8 and 2 colorless, 12/12. When you cast this spell, if you have fewer than 7 cards in hand, draw cards equal to the difference. Menace, and then you can discard a card with mana value X to counter target spell with mana value X. That's really specific. That's kind of lame. I would love for that to say to counter target spell with mana value X or less. That would be ideal. That would be way more powerful. But you have to have the specific mana value, which is
just terrible.
Not good. Arcane Lighthouse, taps add a colorless, pay 1 tap until end of turn. Creatures your opponents control lose Hexproof and Shroud.
Wow.
And can't use Hexproof and can't have Hexproof and Shroud. Worn Power Stone is 3 mana, enters tapped, tap for 2 colorless. So this is a balanced Soul Ring. If Soul Ring was balanced, it would do this. It'd be 3 mana and enter tapped. Suspicious Bookcase, 2 mana, Defender 0/4. Pay 3 tap, target creature can't be blocked this turn. I mean, it's nice to have target creature can't be blocked this turn, but just give me like Rogue's Passage.
Yeah, show me something like that.
I don't need it on a creature.
Nope.
Like, give me it on a land.
Something can't be destroyed.
Because Rogue's Passage is tap for colorless, right?
Yeah.
Scare Tiller, 4 mana, 1/4, Scarecrow. Whenever it becomes tapped, choose one. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield or return target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's pretty good. But it won't survive long. Palladium Mirror. 3 mana, 2/2 that taps for 2 colorless. That's pretty cool. I didn't even know that existed. It's a pretty solid mana dork. Ornithopter of Paradise. 2 mana, 0/2 flying, but you get to add 1 mana of any color. That's interesting because now you have colored mana. You actually have to choose colored mana on that too, so you don't get to choose. Mind Stone's pretty good in this deck because of course you don't need colored. They might not have even put like. Do you even run Arcane Signet in here? Because Mind Stone is a better Arcane Signet for this deck, right? I don't think you do. You run Hedron Archive, yeah, 4 mana, tap to add 2 colorless. Like, that's good. You run Soul Ring, right? Because that's colorless mana. Of course you do. But Fire Shrieker, 3 mana, equip creature has double strike and 2 to equip. I'm not sure we need that in here. These are some of the coming out of the deck, I'm sure. Everflowing Chalice is good. Multi-kicker 2. Enters with a charge counter on it for each time it was kicked. That's pretty good because you could get that up there and be able to tap for a lot of mana. Dreamstone Hedron, didn't know this existed. 6 mana, tap for 3, so it's kind of like a Thran Dynamo there, but it's a little more expensive. It has pay 3, tap, sack it to draw 3 cards though, so later in the game you can get some card draw off of it. Crashing Drawbridge, 2 mana, Defender 0/4, tap, creatures you control gain haste until end of turn. I mean, haste enabling, if there's not a land that does it that's color, well, I guess any land is considered colorless, right? You could run a colored land in here, you just, I don't know. That's weird. Warping Whale, 1 and a colorless. Choose 1. Exile target creature with power or toughness 1 or less. Counter target sorcery spell. That's specific. Or create a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Scion creature token that has sack this creature. Add a colorless. Fine. Nothing crazy. We're getting into the commons and uncommons so far. So, Titan's Presence, 3 mana instant. As an additional cost to cast a spell, reveal a colorless creature card. Exile target creature if its power is less than or equal to the revealed. Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. We have Spatial Contortion. 1 and a colorless. Target creature gets +3, -3 until end of turn. So you're probably going to use that to kill something. But again, these could come out, right? Like, there's got to be better cards. Not of This World, 7 mana, tribal instant. Counter target spell or ability that targets a permanent you control. The spell costs 7 less to cast if it targets a spell or ability that targets a creature you control with power 7 or greater. Okay, so it's a free counter spell.
Yeah.
If it's targeting like Zuladok or something. That's decent. Bane of Balaged. This is a 7 mana, good. 7/5 Eldrazi. Whenever it attacks, defending player exiles 2 permanents they control. Pretty solid. Artisan of Kozilek, 9 mana, 10/9. When you cast it, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, and it's got Annihilator 2. Hey, there it is. Rogue's Passage. Love to see it. Cool. So you just have 2 ways to get through. There's actually another land that could do that. Reliquary Tower, of course, right? Taps for a colorless. It's just as good of a waste, but then it's a waste, but it gives you no maximum hand size. Unstable Obelisk, I think good include here, right? You can destroy target permanent, and it taps for colorless, gives you some ramp. They did throw Thran Dynamo in here. Oh, wow. Thran Dynamo is way cheaper than that other card. This one's only 4 mana. I say only, but still. 4 mana, then you're tapping for 3 more colorless. This is awesome, right? Like, if you can pay for 4 mana, and this gives you 3, next turn you can afford Zuladok. I mean, he's only 6, right? So, in fact, you can afford Zuladok with a little extra. Thought Vessel, yep. Because, again, Thought Vessel for this deck is an arcane signet that says you have no maximum hand size.
It really
right? Because you don't need colors.
No.
Yeah, I think you run all the questionable mana, and of course you have Soul Ring. Soul Ring is stupid in any deck. Soul Ring is extra stupid in this deck. Meteor Golem, yeah, I think you run that in this deck as just a way to destroy target online permanent. Notably, Meteor Golem does cost enough. It's 7 mana, and that's pretty cool art. I don't think I've ever seen that art for Meteor Golem. That's really cool. There's a very specific art for Meteor Golem that my brain's thinking of, and it's not that one. I think Lightning Greaves is playable in this deck. Yes, I think you do that. I think you want to give Shroud to things. You want things protected. Geode Golem. What is this? 5 mana, 5/3 trample. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may cast your commander from the command zone without paying its mana cost. Ooh. Okay, sure. Yeah, you run that in any high-cost commander deck. You don't want your commander to be cheaper than 5, and then you play it, right? So, Burnished Heart probably doesn't need to make the cut, right? No. 3 mana, sack it, search for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield. Like, okay, sure. But you got to pay 3 for it, and then pay 3 to sack it, which you're either doing on 2 different turns, or if you're doing it on 1 turn, you've already got 6 mana. So. Yeah. And last, but hopefully not least, we have the, again, Alt Commander, which is a XX cost. Again, does not trigger Zuladok, and isn't an Eldrazi, notably. The Alt Commanders just kind of suck, like, in this set as a whole. Terrible. Amarthus, Ghostfire Initiate, Double X, Legendary Creature Spirit Naga, enters with X +1/+1 counters on it. Whenever you put 1 or more +1/+1 counters on another colorless creature, you may put 1 on this creature. And then when it dies, manifest a number of cards from the top of your library equal to the number of counters on it. Yeah, this card sucks. Like, for this deck. This is a really cool, different colorless build, but the moment if I ever upgrade this deck, this is one of the, even on top of the commons that are worse than it, that's one of the first things I'm taking out, just because it doesn't synergize at all. It's not an Eldrazi. We're not doing +1/+1 counters.
Nope.
Since when are we doing +1/+1 counters?
Okay. How many?
7.
Over 7. 7 or over do you think there were?
7 or over?
7 or over.
So all together.
7 or over.
So 7 plus.
Anything that would trigger him.
Anything that would trigger him. I said I hope 20, so I'm going to say 22.
I'm sticking with my 15.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I did not count it beforehand. Pinky swear.
Nice.
How many do you think there were? There
Of
were 6.
exactly 6?
This is my stack.
Of exactly 6? I don't know. I'd say, I feel like I said that so many times. I got to say 11.
8.
Like 8? Oh, you already counted it?
No, I'm claiming 8.
Oh. I feel like you counted these beforehand. I feel like you counted
No,
these
I
beforehand.
didn't, I swear.
She looked it up on the...
I swear.
I'm messing with you,
I
baby. I'm
swear.
messing with you. I'm messing with you. Okay, here. Mwah. Any Hoosers. All right, so that's Zul'Dar.
15 over 7 or more.
See, that's the thing.
More? That's ridiculous.
There's only 15 cards in this deck.
There's 8. They could have just bumped up to 7.
So I'm saying, basically, you take those 8, and you
shuffle.
equivalently make all 8 of those ones that are going to trigger it, right? And then you also have all the X spells that you're probably spending 7 or more mana on.
But it don't count.
But it doesn't count. So I would take all of those out, pretty much.
Everything that's 6.
There are some pretty straightforward ways to upgrade this deck, but you know what? You do what you got to do. I mean, I think the deck is probably still very strong.
Yeah, but it's irritating.
And wait for it. There it is. Wow. Well, rip.
Dropping expensive cards.
I am. Were any of these ones expensive? I don't think so.
Who knows?
Well, I certainly don't think Suspicious Bookcase is carrying the weight of
No,
it.
it's not mine. Okay.
Although I will say, this is definitely a deck that, like, if I keep it, it's pretty quickly going in nicer sleeves. Because we buy very cheap sleeves.
Cheap Amazon sleeves.
Okay, so I'm super excited to talk about my rating of this one, especially because we're basically done with Commander deck unboxings. Although we do intend to buy Lorwyn.
Oh, we're buying Lorwyn.
We have the intention of buying the
We're
Lorwyn
gonna.
Commander decks. And probably like pretty much all the rest of them throughout the year, except maybe Star Trek if they do those. But all right, here we go. The last and the end of Commander Masters for us for a while. All right.
I'm ready.
Are you? It could be something crazy. It could be something not so crazy. I mean, it could be like the blue free counter spell.
All right, you ready?
Awesome.
Let's do
Here we
it.
go. Our common or uncommon is going to be... We got another command tower.
How much was it?
Absolutely no complaints.
It's foil.
This one
Fuller.
is foil, just like the previous one.
How much is it worth?
It is, I don't remember, $3.
$3.88.
$3.88. That's pretty good. No complaints about that.
All right, next.
Last but certainly not least, we got another Azusa. Azusa was a good card. Okay. We got Azusa.
Lost but seeking.
Lost but Seeking. Yeah, this is the one that lets you play 2 additional lands per turn. Really crazy in landfall decks. Obviously, a lot of decks run just her as the commander for mono green. Will she beat out Bristly Bill for me? Probably not.
No.
But does she go in the Bristly Bill deck because
Yes.
she's landfall? Absolutely. Oh my goodness. I'm happy to get another Azusa. I'm very happy to get another Azusa. I think. Did you look at what the?
Yes.
Did we have the? No, well, you don't have it on there. I was gonna say, what version did we pull? Because
We
I
have the normal version.
want to say we pulled this version of her, but we didn't.
No, we have the
pulled.
normal.
Assuming this version's worth more, even though I don't love these versions of the cards, I'm gonna say, dang, does she like? I want to say she breaks 10. I'm gonna say 11.23.
$12.80.
$12.80. She does break $10.
It is less than the version that we have.
It is, huh?
Yes, we have the normal version. It's like $13.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it is.
Not bad.
Other people agree with me that art is inferior. But yeah, okay. I mean, we can't complain. The collected booster sample packs for these did kind of pay off. I mean, we didn't pull like an Dragon or something crazy like that, but you know, you don't have to do that. I already have an Dragon, so I'd be slightly disappointed. Oh, well, I guess we already have an Azusa. We already have a Kaikar. We already have the green thing. We
can sell Azusa. We can't sell Kaikar.
We have pretty much all of the cards that we pulled, but it's fine. We didn't pull... Did we pull anything new? Now I'm curious. Did we pull anything that we hadn't pulled already?
We didn't.
Oh, the stretch.
Throw in Kaikar.
I did not mean to. No, we owned... Oh, wow. Well, that's crazy that we pulled exclusively things we had already pulled.
Set, but sure.
And there he is. All right, darling. I will end on mine. So how are you feeling about Zulatok Void Gorder?
I'm a little miffed with the 18 and 5, the 15 and 8.
Yeah, that's fair.
Miffed. I don't know how I feel. I think it'd be fun to play, but I also think that I think it'd be fun to play. I'm gonna give it like a 7.5.
Okay. I'm at an interesting point at this one. So, to not make this video too much longer, because it's already probably way too long.
I would so.
I have 2 ratings for this deck. I have the deck itself.
And what it could be.
Like right now, what the deck could be right now, if I played it, I think I probably give it around like a 6.5.
Okay.
Just because I think it's really poorly constructed. Like, I want to do really crazy things with this guy, and I feel like this deck's kind of stopping me from doing it almost. Now, if you get the play, you get the play, and it goes crazy, right? But the deck isn't necessarily helping that happen as often as it should be. Now, Eldrazi as a, creature type, and Zulatok as a really cool card in that creature type, probably the second most excited thing for me to build. The only thing that beats this is probably Dragon. Right? If Dragon is my 10 out of 10, this is like a 9.8. I genuinely, having opened Slivers now, having opened Eldrazi, I am more excited to build colorless Eldrazi something, or mono blue Urza into Eldrazi like what Tyler did. Thanks for inspiring me to potentially do that. Apparently I'm copying all of his decks, right? Because he had an Dragon deck. Or probably still has an Dragon deck. But anyways, I think that, Zulatok is an example of just what cool, fancy, powerful Eldrazi can do, right? We pulled a Mythic Eldrazi out of Commander Masters, right? That one's only $17. This one's $30. I mean, these things have varying value, and some of the cards are extremely powerful. Eldrazi probably gets a 9.5 to a 9.9 for me. But this specific deck is getting a 6.5 or a 7.
Yikes.
I'm not super stoked to play this one, but I imagine going forward, when the day comes that I build and construct a colorless deck,
you're going to have so much fun.
It is almost guaranteed to be Eldrazi, and if he's not the commander, he will definitely be in the deck. 99. Right?
Yep.
But he might even be the commander. It just seems like a really fun commander.
With way more 7 or more spells.
Yes, with a lot more spells that actually get you to 7 or more. The only reason he wouldn't be the commander is if I did something like an Urza-based thing, where then, of course, Urza is your commander. But, yeah, I think that's where we leave this one. That is all of the commander decks. We want to know what you guys think of this down below. Does it live up to the snuff of the hype that it was given to me when I first was told about this? I don't think so. But I am happy to have opened the set of them. I am very pleased with the decks as a whole. I can't really complain. I mean, Commander Masters was saved to the last because I figured it would be special, and special it pretty much has been. I think all 4 of the decks are decks I'm excited to play. However, they got a lot of criticism for having valuable cards but not being built as is very playable. Yeah. The Planeswalker one does okay, and the Enduring Enchantments one apparently plays really good. And then this and Slivers, which are the bigger ones, the ones that people wanted more, were not built to play super great. This one doesn't trigger a whole lot. Slivers doesn't get the colors it needs because of the land base a whole lot. So a little disappointed. But let us know what you think down below. Give it a rating from 0 to 10. We'd love to see what you think. If you've seen it out in the wild, what did it do? Are we completely off, and every time you've played it, it's absolutely just blown every other deck out of the water? I would love to hear it if that's the case. Let us know down in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'd love to have you join the Rollsicle family to see. I mean, I guess I can't promise deck unboxings until Lorwyn Eclipse comes out, but for you guys, that's pretty soon. However, I can promise we put out all sorts of other stuff. We've got Magic content, TTRPG content, video game content, and more coming to you guys pretty much every day of the week as long as we stick to it. So we'd love to have you guys join us in that journey and just share your hobbies with us. We share our hobbies with you guys. That's what we made Rosicle for. So thank you guys for being so awesome. I'm going to stop begging for you guys to support us now and say that's all we have for you in this one. We'll see you guys in whatever comes next. But until then, may those rolls be ever in your favor. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
Bye, y'all.